Good Saturday evening. It is dusk in the Dog Pound Saturday evening edition. Thank you for tuning in. We just had a significant storm come through here, and it looks like the only, so far, now we don't know for sure, we haven't been able to look at everything, but the only casualty was part of the shade cloth and then a few crops in there. I'll show that in here in a moment, but Mrs. Dawg fixed this one. I think this was set back up fine, but we probably need to get stronger poles because a storm came through and it snapped. I'll show you. Snapped these like a little toothpick, which, you know, we figured could probably happen, but see, yeah, that won't work again. Snap, snap, snap. Bamboo pole down, but Mrs. D set this one back up over here. I think this is operational for now. We just got to get stronger poles, but so we're temporarily down with a shade cloth a little bit at least, but we've been getting so much rain that, heck, I mean, haven't needed the shade cloth as much so far this summer. But anyway, oh yeah, what little corn we planted looks like it got storm kind of knocked it. Looks like a giant hand just kind of waved it down. Now, based on some rude comments from yesterday, I was going to just never mention corn again here, but you know, we have a modest garden, okay? And this is just really an experiment. It's not like we were planting corn to sustain us. This is just to see what would happen. We just planted a few here, so people just need to get a life. But you know, just be civil. Be a human. And 99.9% of you guys are, and I know this, and I appreciate it. I do. But I think everything else is going to be okay. But that was quite a storm. Miss Elle, are you okay? Hey, that storm was scary, wasn't it? I know. I don't care what anybody says, the severity and scale of these storms or in frequency of these storms is not normal. You know, and we're into June now. Now, we can get these storms typically here in March, April, May, and sometimes into June, but these have been, this just, to me, this ain't normal. So I don't know what they're cooking up, what kind of, well, let's just say it seems very seedy. Seems very seedy, let's just put it that way. You know what I mean? Anyway, what I was going to talk about is I believe we might have us a Summer of Love 2025 that just started. And if you've been keeping up with news, you've been seeing it out there. Los Angeles for sure. I've heard New York City is also have been having these issues, and I believe this one could be on another scale. And I think they're, you know, the demons are trying to create a reason, a narrative to fill the streets again, and they just might do it. They have a lot of funding, they have a lot of support, backing, planning behind them. So should be interesting. But yeah, we have. I think we should brace for that. These, especially in the blue cities, you have immigration enforcement trying to do a job, and you have mobs, and they're organized because they know they're coming. They know ICE and they know immigration enforcement is coming. These are organized, almost ambushes. So you got thousands of these rioters and these people that are surrounding law enforcement, these ICE agents, immigration control, enforcement, and they're disrupting, they're attacking, they're assaulting, throwing stuff, damaging buildings. They tried to enter a federal building, Los Angeles today. They're obstructing, and it's being allowed. Los Angeles Police Department was 2 hours, took them 2 hours to respond as well, to try to help out with crowd control. I was watching some video a while ago of this, some live feeds of this when we got back home, and it looked like Beirut. I mean, it just looked like something you'd see in the Middle East, y'all. It looked so third worldish, and it's sad, and it's kind of scary, but that's what it looked like. It looked like Beirut in the 80s or something. It didn't even look as good as what we saw in 2020. It looked bad. It's sad. It really is. It looks like the mobs are running the show, and they're emboldened now. Make no mistake, especially in these large cities like Los Angeles, New York City, Boston area. They're running the show. Now, I know I'm trying to make sense here, but what I can't get through this older head here is that why would you attack a group of people who are trying to come in and take away gangbangers, people who are trying to do you harm, human trafficking, drug trafficking, crime, out of your community, but you're gonna attack the very people who are trying to eject them out? I don't get that. The only way that makes sense is if you're part of who they're trying to detain and get out of that area or deport. So that's what that tells me. I mean, if you are a citizen of this community and you're still attacking ICE agents, law enforcement, then I don't understand that. So it's obvious that these ICE agents, these immigration enforcement need more backup. All right. Now, I don't know if that's going to happen. I hear about, I saw reports the National Guard is supposed to start accompanying them, but I believe the demons are trying to create create a reaction that will be a negative optic that they can film and video, where it looks like, oh, the military is here, this is the Gestapo, they're already calling them that anyway, but they're definitely trying to create a situation, and they're doing it. Like I said, they tried to get into a federal building. You got over 1,000 of these rioters that surrounded law enforcement, attacked them, assaulted some, throwing stuff at them. I think they're trying to, like I said, I think they're trying to create a flashpoint here, and kickstart a Summer of Love 2025. That's what I believe, and I believe they'll do it. This gives them something to run on. The only other thing I can think of to run on, and which could be coupled in with it, is the anti-Israel stuff. That crowd, they would jump in there too. But what sticks out to me on these videos and these live feeds is the look. And this is Los Angeles. Now I know, I don't know what part. There was parts of Los Angeles, but it just looked like, I don't know, like footage I've seen in the Middle East of out of control chaos. really did. You live in this area, chime in the comments. I know I have people from Southern California, even Los Angeles area that tune in and watch the channel. Let us know if you've been on the ground, what you're seeing, what you're hearing, and give us some context. We'd appreciate it. But I don't understand the mentality of what they're doing, why they're doing this. Is this our future? Is this our future, especially in the large blue cities? Now, I don't expect this to happen so much in, say, your smaller towns and that kind of stuff, that are more traditional, more conservative. That bird is loud. Where's that coming from? Anyway, but it just looked like a shocking. I mean, just looking at this video, I'm like, my gosh. What in the world? It's like civilized people have become way more uncivilized by the day. Civil society is just, it's like every day it degrades a little more, so I don't know. What do you think? Oh, by the way, Mrs. Dawg is feeling better. She is, I think, on the backside, as she says, of this thing, whatever it is that's been getting in her chest, making her cough, interrupting her sleep. And oh yes, she said thank you for the prayers. We do appreciate that. So anything else that you noticed about today? We went out and about earlier. Yeah, we went and got some maintenance done on one of the vehicles that was needed, and so that was good. It went well. Did some things, went and got some supplies and some things that we need to resupply, that kind of stuff. So no incidents. Things were civilized. Things were civilized where we were, at least from what we could tell, until we got home. And on the way home, I mean, we were just a few miles away from home, and this storm just slammed us. We were trying to get home before, because the doggies get upset with storms and all. And we were trying to get home before it really hit here, but we got caught in the middle. We got caught in the middle of it, but we got home fine, of course. But anyway, everything's fine right now. But that was a strong storm, and that intensity, I don't know. It just I don't care what anybody says. That ain't normal. It ain't normal. Anyway, share your thoughts. I want to go to a passage here that is a good one. It is from 1 Corinthians chapter 16, verse 13. Says, "Be watchful, stand firm in the faith, act like men, and be strong." Act like men. Men. We need to act like men, be strong. Be the protectors of our families, our women, our wives, our children, our families. Stand up. Be strong. Too many that aren't doing that. That's what we need. This country needs that. That's what it's been it's survived on. Yes, women can be strong too. We need that. We need that. And plenty of them are. Many of them are, but the men need to step it up. In my opinion, I don't know. What do you guys think? I mean, share your thoughts on that. But stand firm in the faith, because as much as ever, we got a spiritual battle going on. No doubt about it. I hear somebody practicing. Probably, I don't know if you can hear that or not. Somebody's practicing. I like the sound of it. But anyway, be strong. Stay strong. Let's keep in prayer. Stay close to Jesus. God bless y'all. See you soon.